other places where I should be teaching leadership as well. Because I believe you are the leaders of the future. You have the responsibility and the ability to make things happen.
Khalil Gibran writes, "Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through you, but not from you. And though they are with you, yet they belong not to you. You may give them your love, but not your thoughts, for they have their own thoughts. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow, which you cannot visit, not even in your dreams. You may strive to be like them, but seek not to make them like you." Gibran's profound words deliver a timeless lesson, a universal truth. We are all mere custodians of a future that belongs to our children. Every great nation today spends billions to strengthen the education system. Parents strive to provide the best they can afford to their children. As a teacher, mentor, and a visionary educationist, your concern for students entrusted to your care is demonstrated by the fact that you are watching this video. Your keenness to provide more, to further the cause of their wholesome development is evident. You realize their needs and want to offer the advantage these workshops hold for your students. It's a proactive measure, and we laud your initiative.
Hello, I'm Simerjeet Singh, and I wish I could meet myself, that young, clueless me back in school and college, and share with him what I now share with students all over the country. Over the years of working with the corporate sector and bringing out the best in people, have all pointed out to one simple thing, that the desire to change tomorrow needs an early start. The more flexible the clay, the less resistant it is to being molded. Children are like wet clay, and they hold vast possibilities and infinite potential. I believe in your students and their dreams. I believe in their vast hidden potential. When I work with them, the twinkle in their eyes, the honesty in their enthusiasm, the changes I facilitate in their life paths, those aha moments that they experience, what they say later on about the impact, their resounding laughter and joy, all of these fuel my passion and drive. Your keenness for the cause is evident. An educational institution that decides to expose its students to our programs has taken an initiative that we could never let down. Personal victory for me is when a student walks out of a session, drawn out of his comfort zone, and with his or her mind filled with questions, where answers I know will only emerge through deep introspection. It's truly a win-win situation because his or her journey of self-discovery has only just begun.
Simerjeet is an international motivational speaker and leadership coach who's acclaimed and sought after across cultures and countries, working by choice with those who need him more, students. Simerjeet has spent thousands of hours inspiring young students to discover their strengths and to achieve their highest potential. As a certified practitioner of Neuro-Linguistic programming, he uses thought-provoking questions to send his audience on a quest of self-discovery.
Why not me?
Why not me?
Why not me?
Why not me?
I can do this.
I can do this.
Take a deep breath in once again. Close your eyes, put your right hand up in the air and say, I can do anything I put my mind to. I can do anything I put my mind to. It's within your reach if you believe that it is. As simple as that. It's within your reach if you believe that it is.
His well-structured and thoroughly researched workshops are brought to life with examples of heroes from day-to-day life who've risen through sheer grit and willpower, and who've conquered the world with the power of their imagination and the magic of their persistence.
Have you thought about something? How much time and effort it took to get your own money from your own bank?
His custom-designed workshops for students, such as Celebrating Me, Dream, Dare, Do, Living the Law of Attraction, Winning with People, Stop Whining, Start Winning, and talks on topics such as leadership and entrepreneurship have enabled thousands of young students to discover their hidden strengths and start a journey of self-actualization.
With the noise the ATM machine makes, right? Even if the money is not yours, yes or no? Even if you're getting it from a credit card, you still get the cash instantaneously. Yes?
These workshops are a paradigm shift for the students and then for the organizers.
I'm Ashok Pandey, Principal, Alcon International School, and it was a great delight to welcome Mr. Simerjeet on our campus. He talked to the students for an hour, and I got the feeling that his talk did not only motivate the students, but also my faculty and me myself. His very style of presentation, his ability to engage the students, and his ability to take them along the course of his discussion was absolutely amazing.
The testimonials and reflections clearly show the transformation the participants go through. The energy in the room, the enthusiasm, the resounding laughter is infectious and engraves the lessons learned deep in their hearts.
You gotta give things time. Good things. If you're changing things today in your life, you have to give it time before you get the outcome. You can't just say in 2 or 3 days, no, I didn't get my results, so I'm not doing this any longer.
A few thousand years ago, Socrates said that education is the kindling of a flame, not the filling of a vessel. He understood something that we often overlook today. Once the flame of desire is lit, everything else on the path to success becomes much easier. Simerjeet's mission is to light a fire inside young minds, to help them unleash the power of their imagination and to put them in touch with their real and powerful self. Here are some excerpts from a live session. As you walk through the visual gallery, notice the effective tools used by Simerjeet to connect with his audience. Because after all, as you'd agree, what's the point of having a subject matter expert if he's not an expert at connecting? Humor is a universal language, one that never preaches, yet reaches out with the intended message most effectively. Humor breaks down the barriers and helps Simerjeet to instantly bond with his audience. He understands that students don't need another lecture. They've already had enough. With everybody telling them what to do, they feel like no one really understands them. This is where Simerjeet's easygoing and fun approach helps to create a bridge with students.
How many boys sitting here would like biceps like John Abraham? Raise your hands, please. Woohoo! Good. And did he just go to the gym one day and he was very motivated? He said, I'm going to do all the exercise today and walk out of this gym with big biceps. Is that going to happen? It took him a long time, yes or no? Now, the challenge is this. We see the outcome of successful people. We don't see the input. We don't see the sacrifices. We don't see the efforts, right? If you can put in hard work in your life consistently, stay with me, very important. If you can put hard work into whatever you're doing consistently without expecting immediate outcome, you master it.
Now that the barriers are down, inhibitions take a back seat and a dialogue begins between Simerjeet and his audience. A constant Q&A format flows through the entire session, which not only stimulates the audience, but keeps them alert and involved and makes them feel a part of the whole experience. Simerjeet's sessions are not a one-way street. There's participation rather than spectatorship.
This book for the first person who come and take it. Stay here for a second. And you come as well. First of all, big round of applause for both of them. What's your name? Baron. Now, Baron got the book. Sorry, what's your name? Anupriti did not get the book. You didn't get anything. That's a different story. But Anupriti, she did not get the book, but she got something else. What did she get? Sorry? Confidence? Do what? What did you get? I'll ask her first. Okay. So walking away from this stage, he's got the book, you don't have the book, you have something else. What is that? She'll try again next time, okay? My friends, jot this down if you want to, or keep it here, locked up here. She did not get the book, he got the book. She got something more valuable as well, which is called experience. Yes or no? It's called what? Experience.
Mark Twain said he would never use the word metropolis when he could say city, nor does Simerjeet. As a certified practitioner of NLP, Simerjeet is adept at matching the wavelength and language of his audience before trying to influence and improve theirs.
How many of you are addicted to video games? To some degree.
You guys don't play video games at least. You can't. One of the hottest games ever. Need for Speed. Hot Pursuit.
Therefore, Simmer time is fun time, not lecture time. Though, as we know, it's never without a purpose.
You have to give things time. Everything worthwhile doing takes time. This is the second thing I want to share with you.
Simerjeet distills the life lessons learned over the past 12 plus years that he spent working and coaching in India, the US, Australia, the Middle East, and the UK.
Some of the mistakes that I made growing up, there's a quotation which I read which said, life is too short to make all the mistakes by yourself. Therefore, common sense, therefore, do what? Learn from the mistakes of other people. So there are two categories of people. Those of you who will learn from the mistakes of other people, and there'll have to be some of you will have to make the mistakes.
When he reveals his personal experiences, crises, stories of struggle and of risk-taking, of his trials and triumphs, students begin to identify with them. This personal connect translates into hope and possibility, a clearer vision for the future, and most of all, they show a willingness to think outside of the box and discover new horizons. The vehicle designed to ferry knowledge to the farthest frontiers of a human being's heart and mind is a well-narrated story.
I want to share a brief story with you, if I may.
Since time immemorial, precious life lessons have been handed down to generations through stories. Research shows that the human mind absorbs and retains information best through three things: stories, pictures, and feelings. Simerjeet unravels a host of thought-provoking tales throughout his sessions that intrigue and leave an indelible impression on the young minds.
I was working with a computer company recently, and the CEO was giving a presentation on a new laptop model they were introducing. He was talking about laptops, I was thinking about human beings. It's focus, whatever direction you want to focus on. He said, this laptop has an active battery life and a standby battery life. He was talking about laptops, I was thinking about human beings, because I said some human beings are living their life in standby mode. And you know many of them, don't you?
Simerjeet understands that you don't get them to conquer Mount Everest by chasing them uphill with a whip.
You can believe it, you can achieve it. There are no boundaries, there are no restrictions. It does not matter. Hello? It does not matter where you come from.
Therefore, he ensures a constant high-voltage environment in his sessions where great ideas and inspiration always hit like bolts of lightning.
J.K. Rowling, you all must have heard about her. Yes? She said, in one of the books she wrote, she said, Harry, it's not our abilities, but our choices that determine our success in life. Not abilities, but choices. Because I know people who have the ability, but they are not making the right choices.
With high energy radiating in a room filled with eager students, the eureka moment surely arrives, most definitely for most participants.
Sometimes you have to do things which you must do in order to do things that you want to do. This say the Chinese bamboo is the only plant, some of the white species, that you can see going with your eyes. That's how fast they go. How many of you would want to grow in like that? Actually, really go high. Okay, great. But how does that happen? This is how it happens.
Every discovery and invention is born out of a powerful question.
Achieving your highest potential. I'm going to ask a few questions, and that is what I have this morning. I have a lot of questions, I don't have any answers. And the reason why a single answer cannot be applicable to all of you. Would you agree with that?
The quest for the answers has expanded the consciousness of the human race. Challenging questions are most powerful weapons in Simerjeet's arsenal.
How many of you realize this is perhaps the most important time in your life? Raise your hands, please. This right now is the most important time in your life. Okay, great. Second question. How many of you believe you're making the best possible of this time? Every single minute. I mean, you're not a bookworm, that's not what I'm implying, but then looking back at it, you can say, okay, I did my best. That's a big question. I did my best. How many of you?
As a youth coach, he knows that one right question asked at the right time, in the right way, can alter the entire course of a student's life.
Big question of the day is asking yourself, what do I really want from life? Do you ask yourself that question? Yes or no? Start asking. You know, because the more the opportunities, the more the confusion. Yes or no? So many opportunities available to us. How will you filter out what is not important? By asking yourself again and again this one powerful question, which is, what do I really want from my life? What do I want? What do I need to do in order to call myself successful? What needs to happen in my life in order for me to call it successful? Are you with me? Different persons, different answers, yes or no? For some of you it will be money. For some of you it will be fame. For some of you it will be contribution and service. I don't know. You have to figure out. And how do you figure out? By asking and refining. What do I want to really do in my life? My friends, you're not going to get the answer straight away. Let's be clear about this. But when you begin asking that question, you will eventually get to the answer. It doesn't matter where you come from. All that matters is where you're going. God bless you all. Thank you all for success. Thank you.
I love working with students of all age groups and backgrounds. What's most exciting about working with students is the opportunity to make a huge difference in their outlook towards life. In this highly competitive and confusing world, where the pace of life is hectic and the winds are harsh, most youngsters are under undue pressure and a lot of stress.
Give us a call today. Or visit us at www.simerjeetsingh.com to know more.